Greetings and salutations, my name is JW608 and today I am playing StarMade. And we are back to the basics. And today we need to talk a little more about building. We haven't finished our romp through the advanced build mode in the basic series. Seems contradictory. Anyway, let's jump right in and go back. Again, holding down control while in the left control while in build mode allows me to move my mouse freely. And we want to go back to selection. We talked about copy and paste and all that jazz. Now we want to talk about this. This is the remove, replace, or just remove. So, for example, let's see. Let's put down some orange, some red, and some purple. There we go. And we're going to use our brush sizes here. We're going to like 3 of these, 3 of those, and like this. And then we're going to copy our selection. See, we're already putting into practice the things we've learned. And we're going to rotate them, rotate them, rotate them, and rotate them. All right. And we're going to copy our selection. We're just going to make another one of these weird towers. And we're going to plonk it down right here. So now it's this cacophony of color. All right, so take out our brush size. Actually, we're going to take that down to 1. Now moving back to here, remove, replace, pick with camera. This is the remove tool. You can actually come down here and choose a block to remove, like face shield enhancement, basic factory. I believe there are even old blocks in here, like the old power blocks, activation modules. And you can scroll forever and a day, or you can do the easy route, you search for it, or the even easier route. Let's say, what about red? We don't want red in this anymore, so we're gonna point our cursor, the little circle, at a red block, go into advanced build mode, pick with camera. See, now there is a red block there. Now when I right click to remove, it removes the red block, but nothing else. I'm clicking like a madman. And only red blocks are being removed. And you can even do this with fill brushes. So there we go. So now I should have a tower that is completely devoid of red blocks. Now make sure when you're done, click clear, because now you can delete other blocks. So we're going to do that again, except this time we're going to replace instead of just remove. So we're going to pick with camera. We have the red and replace with active slot here. If you tick that, and let's say we don't want red anymore, we want it to be green. So now when I right click a red block, it turns green. And again, you can use the build tool or the oh, there we go, your basic brush size stuff, and just get whole swaths of it. For example, like if I want dark gray here, I want all the dark gray to become green. I can just make a huge brush and change it all. And while we're talking about that, let's hop down to display. This is very helpful. Display, it gives all this stuff. I want to turn my build light off. That's your flashlight. Pressing P also turns that off. You can click remove mode, and this shows where you will remove and remove replace, basically. So now anything in this box, anything that is the appropriate color, now gets changed. And of course you can't change other entities, only your current one. So let's go to red basic, pick with camera. We want this gray basic to turn into red basic. There we go. Oh, it's getting all holiday spirit-like in here. There we go. Why aren't these changing? Well, probably because... because these are not gray basic. Well, it says gray basic armor right there. Yeah, but they're slabs. Gray basic slabs have to be changed with gray basic slabs. And we have to pick with camera, see, and it distinguishes between slabs and full blocks and all that jazz. Oops. Well, I left clicked. It's easy to do. Wow. I just put down a 69 by 59 by 51 block of 3/4 slabs of red basic armor, which is 207,630 blocks. Don't do that. Let's undo that. Oh, let's crash the game. Oh, come on. There we go. And now when I right click, it'll take all the slabs in this particular orientation. No, it took all the slabs. I'm sorry. Well, it didn't have anything to do with orientation. It takes all the slabs. And wedges here. If you replace a wedge, take with the camera, with a wedge, it won't care what direction it is, it'll put it in the right direction. So, for example, if we come down here and we get some orange wedges and we take off remove mode, we've cleared it so we can place blocks normally. We have wedges in various and sundry directions. Now if I change this to green or purple wedges, we look at that, pick with camera, replace with active slot. Now it will keep the orientation, it'll just change the color. That's very helpful. And always clear it, otherwise you're going to be sitting here thinking, why won't this block delete? It's because you have remove replace active. Right. Next up, we have something a little more advanced and something I don't use an awful lot, but it is the fill tool. It is very useful, but I don't use it an awful lot. So to use it, fill tool. Let's close that. Get rid of all the clutter here. Fill tool, place fill origin. Fill origin is not a person, it is the origin of the fill. We're going to come out here and we're just going to click. So the fill origin is right there. We click fill, and it adds 1 block. Now you can up that to a whole bunch. We're just going to put 103 blocks. And it's going to put 103 blocks with every click until it fills the area we put it in. So this will probably be better demonstrated in a box. We're going to make a box. Let's do a 16 by 16 box. Except no, let's do it properly. Easier way is to use symmetry. And we're going to just plop it down on top of this tower here. There we go. And oops. Come on, there we go. There and there. 16 here. And something ain't right. But it's irrelevant to our cause now. I know that's not 16, but we'll live. So now we have a big red room that I want to fill with basic orange armor. So let's take this down. Let's reset the tool, place the fill origin. We're going to put it in this corner here. And we're going to hit fill. And notice it has not gone outside of this box. Hit fill again, fill. And notice it's not going outside the box. It is filling the area which we have initially put it. And the easiest way to tell if an area is filled is to actually jam your head into it and say, oh, there's a little more space right here. No, that's not a little more space right there. That's that errant block. So that is totally filled. And I keep hitting fill, but nothing happens. But if I poke a hole there, oh, I guess it's already figured it's filled. But if you do have a hole, let's undo a bunch of that. Yeah, undo it all. Not all, but let's poke a hole now. And we fill. Ah, it didn't pour over. Sometimes if you do that, it will spill out into the real world. For whatever reason, I couldn't get it to do that today. So this is useful. For example, let's turn off symmetry. Let's hop out of this and let's pull in a blueprint here. How about a big door freighter? Why do I have 2 big door freighters? I don't know. I don't even remember what... Oh, yeah, I do know what a big door freighter is. F1, F8. You have all this area here that's just empty. And I want to fill it with something. So let's grab a system block like thrusters. But I don't want to go in and do click, 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 click. No, no. So reset your fill tool, place the origin. I would like to add 200 thrusters. Oh, this doesn't work with the scroll wheel. Huh. So fill, and now it is put in 200 thrust blocks. Or you could say, nah, man, I just want to fill it all. The block by another structure, that means I'm interrupting or it's not placing because of another entity, docked entity. And apparently there was a hole. And if you get too crazy, sometimes it'll do that. Oh, wow. So be careful with the fill tool. My suggestion is keep it low numbered. Like maybe 150, somewhere in there, not 150. Wait a minute, does that actually say 5,000? 3, 4, 500. That's 700, that's 800. Okay, something ain't right here. That is not 800. Is okay. Something ain't right here. 800, well, other than being the number 809. I know that's just not right. But sometimes the fill tool is finicky and it's hard to get. Sometimes it acts in ways that you do not expect or want it to act, like that. And see, I would have figured it filled more along this line. I guess I did fill the yeah, no, it could have snuck its way down this way before it exploded out the back, but it didn't. So there we go. That is the fill tool. It is useful, but I would recommend practicing with it before you actually used it on something important. So F1, F8. Again, F1, F8 is the admin command to hop between entities. Make sure you are out of an entity before you try to get into it. Another helpful admin command while I'm thinking of it is destroy entity dock. I'm pressing tab after the first few letters at autofill, and that destroys an entity and everything that is docked to it. So let's clean up our space. It's really helpful for cleaning stuff up. I'm pressing R, make sure I am not in that when I delete it. I don't know what happens when you're in an entity when you delete it, but there, you just got rid of that asteroid too. All right. So those are some building techniques that I wouldn't really call them more advanced, but they're a little more advanced. So, no, I'm not in a build block. So today we covered remove replace, which is an absolute vital. One trick I do with remove replace is for transparent blocks like glass. If I'm doing a weird shape instead of like a straight window, I will do it in a color, usually pink, then remove replace to get it right. Because these opaque blocks are easier to see the angles and where a block is missing. For example, right here, I know there's a block missing. I can see that. But when I turn it all to glass, let's see. Let's do selection, remove, replace, pick with camera, highlight, and why not white crystal? 6. Go. And I know I'm single clicking. With just glass, it's harder to see, hey, there's a block missing. I know we can see it now because it's kind of obvious, but it's when you get like a huge room of this and you get weird angles and joints and corners, it's hard to see if there's something gone wrong. So I will make it with an opaque block. Then I would come back and remove replace to get the glass in. Now, if it's a really simple window, then I don't do that. Like something like this, I'd probably just build in glass. I like to use pink for that. Pink I use as a template or temporary block because I don't naturally use pink in many of my builds. I should, though. Need to make a pink ship. Anywho, I have been JW608. This has been StarMade, and I will do you cats later.